All right, you guys, we're back at it. This is going to be part 2. I'll break down another portion of the bracket here. Like I said before, make sure you check out all 4 of these videos I'm going to do breaking down all 4 sections of the tournament bracket here. I've watched a lot of college basketball. You're going to want to watch some of this insight before you fill out your brackets this week. And make sure that you're following for different updates of college basketball as the March Madness tournament comes along. Without further ado, here comes part 2. So the most interesting part right now of the Midwest region is the fact that Houston is still a 1 seed. It looks like their main playmaker that was hurt in the semifinals of their conference championship, he hurt himself, and we're not sure exactly what his status is, but Houston is still a number 1 seed. I think Houston is a really overrated 1 seed in my opinion. It's kind of like how Gonzaga is most of the year, but Houston's going to beat Northern Kentucky, and they'll beat either Iowa or Auburn pretty easily. Auburn is not a good team, and Iowa is a pretty overrated team in my opinion. The Big Ten is overrated. They always underperform in the tournament. We'll see how they do this year. Next here, I got one of my big upsets of the tournament. This is one of my favorite teams that's a mid-major going into the tournament, Kent State. Kent State is an amazing team. They have one of the best turnover margins throughout college basketball. I have them beating Indiana, and then between Miami and Drake, I have Miami winning that game, but then I have Kent State beating Miami as well. Kent State has a senior on their team who averages almost 20 points per game, great three-point shooter, and like I said, their turnover margins are phenomenal. They do not turn the ball over, and they play really great defense. Kent State is a sleeper to watch on your tournament bracket. Let's take a look at the bottom half right here. Iowa State, and then either Mississippi State or Pittsburgh, and then you have Xavier and Kennesaw State. Xavier will win that one easily. I have a real problem with Iowa State being the 6th seed. I watched a lot of their games the last 3 weeks of the season. They lost a lot of really close games. They lost 13 games and are a 6th seed. I have a huge problem with that, even though they are in the very competitive Big 12. They rely on shooting, and their centers inside are not nearly good enough to get the job done. I have them losing to either Mississippi State or Pittsburgh. If Pittsburgh beats Mississippi State, Pittsburgh will for sure beat Iowa State. No doubt about that at all. I've watched enough Iowa State. I've lost 2 money games. Let's say this. I bet on Iowa State twice, and they failed me both times. They did not cover the spread. And after tracking them, after I lost those 2, they haven't covered the spread in quite a while, so I would not bet on Iowa State right now. But the bottom half of this is really where it gets really interesting for me. I really like Texas A&M, and I like Penn State. Penn State had a great run in the Big Ten championship. I think Penn State can beat Texas A&M, but I think my champion right here of the entire thing is Texas. Texas just beat Kansas by 20 points, and I thought Kansas was damn near unbeatable. Texas has an outstanding team, extremely athletic, and they are fun to watch. Texas is my favorite to win the national championship this year. That is who I will put on my bracket. Make sure you follow for parts 3 and 4. They're on the way, you guys.